And welcome into another edition of the Holt Naylor Show. A fan of the show, friend of the show, and the best quarterback or one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, appreciate you guys having me. Favorite.
Hall of Famer
There's some
too.
good
Hall of
news.
Famer. Congratulations. We haven't spoke since on the show. So congrats, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's just beyond amazing to have that honor, and it's gonna be a fun weekend getting to town and celebrating that.
We're excited to have you on. We might need to have you in the studio that weekend.
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
we can definitely figure that out. I'm getting in. I'm getting in early. Pops wants to go to Starlight Cafe one of the nights, so I think we're getting in Wednesday night, so we'll be around all week.
Let's go.
Starlight on Thursdays does a nice little alley like cocktail, so you got to make that a Thursday night. Get go.
I love it. I'll make sure to do that.
Dude, so let's dive into. We were just talking about all fair, kind of the ECU NC State game. We want to talk about that a little bit. So you didn't get to watch the first half. You only watched the second half, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we had our first preparing for our first game, so Thursday practice went a little longer, and obviously looking at the score, I was wondering whether I should watch it, but either way, I turned it on, and all of a sudden we start coming back, and for that group to probably be in the spot where, as you were saying, you were getting a little nervous for that phone calls that night for the fifth quarter show, and they turned around. I mean, they played really good and kept fighting, and shoot, man, we're right there at the end of the game with a chance to get it right there. So obviously, I'm sure everyone's disappointed, and we all want to beat State, but obviously, pretty good turnaround from that first half.
Dude, yes, tale of two halves, and like a lot of people, I think, in the fifth quarter, people weren't even like that mad. Okay, they were more like, because early we're like, oh my gosh, this does not look good. Then we came back, we kind of showed who we were, but like, in my opinion, it's very impressive with a first-year head coach. I mean, yes, he was the interim last year, but interim, and we even talked about Ruff, your former coach, with it last week about how being an interim coach and a head coach is two totally different things. And showing that like they would fight back in an environment like that to show that they can come in and like make it. Dude, it literally came down to one play. And I want to get your opinion on that final play. It was pretty much just like, it looked like an RPO. I went back and watched it, and he threw it to the wide, little tight end slip. When you look back really at that final drive, a lot of people say we should have slowed it down. A lot of people should have slowed it down, went for two, and a lot of people say we should have just sped up and kept doing what we were doing. What was your opinion on it?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, right, you want to slow down, you want to give them another chance. At the same time, you want to be able to score. So if you have momentum and you're moving it, you got to move and go score. And, obviously I wasn't able to go back and watch the film. What it looked like to me was some kind of pick play on their side, kind of a rub route. And just, we were short, I don't know, a yard or two. And, if you like that, they obviously did. They saw something. I think me and you would both like to have a play on fourth down. We're really in control of the read and the throw. And if it's not there, go get it with our legs. I think that's how most quarterbacks would like to do it. Most OCs may, as a coach now, it's like, hey, I know we're getting man right here, like this rub route. We've liked this all game. We've seen something, you call it up, and sometimes your call doesn't go, as well as the defense calls. So unfortunate, but yeah, as a player, I think you just, hey, give me the ball, let me read this out, let me go make a play to make this happen.
Yeah, dude, I like your opinion on this. You kind of led to the next swing. So my dream scenario right there would be, or my dream play would be, go empty, get stick on one side, fade flat on the other with a QB draw. Would get 1 yard. And I'm convinced that if you run that, and if I ran it 100 times, I could get it 98% of the time, 98 times, just because of there's got to be someone open. So what would be your go-to play?
Yeah, that's a great one, right? Just reading that back where he flies out on the stick, you should be able to get that lead right at the middle. Yeah, I mean, we were great on our rollout pick plays down there. We ran in a bunch against Virginia Tech. I mean, you're down there. If you get one-on-one with one of your guys, I mean, the confidence of, hey, my guy's better than your guy.
100%.
We have plenty of, some kind of slot fade with an outside receiver running a slant. Just read a 1-2 right there, easy. And, it looked like a couple of our receivers were better than the guys that were guarding them in that game. But again, I get the opportunity to look at it as a coach now. And if you've seen it all game, and you're getting that same defense, and, they loaded it up. You got that man, you got the pick route, and they played it good. So it's kind of back and forth of, all right, I see as a player, I want the ball. As a coach, I want to get the play that I know I should have the right defense called against.
Shane, going back to the beginning of the game, I know you didn't get a chance to watch it. ECU started off slow, like 4 straight drives, 4 straight punts, moving backwards every single play. And I'm just curious. I know Holton and me, we played in games where you just come off slow, groggy. The games you guys started off slow, which weren't many of those. What usually causes that? Because I know a lot of fans are like, you had all off season. You have all this excitement coming in, and you just start off so slow, not getting a first down until like midway through the second. What are your perspective games you've played in? Usually, why offense starts that way? Are you looking for a good tailgate food for this weekend's game? Go to Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's subs are the best for tailgating. They're the best for catering. Go to Jersey Mike's. Me and Holton both love it. Mike's Way.
/ Ruff's Way. We love Jersey Mike's. We'll be eating it as well on Saturday, wearing our Anson belt while eating Jersey Mike's. Shout out Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And you talked about all offseason, and I was talking with some of the coaches here. I mean, NC State, all they heard all offseason was with the bowl game they lost to ECU. Yeah. So if NC State doesn't come out fired up for that game, then yeah, I mean, they need to be on watch of all their coaches getting fired. I mean, obviously they had to have been absolutely pissed off the whole entire offseason, hearing about the game, hearing about the bowl game. They get, the whole camp to really I'm sure they're just thinking about ECU, like, no way we can lose this game at home. So I'm sure that group was plenty fired up coming out in the first half. Yeah, I mean, starting slow with a spread offense where you get a couple 3-and-outs, then you can kind of feel the defense getting a little angst of, hey, what the heck, guys? You guys need to get this going. We're on the field a lot. And, you just try to get that first down, right? Like, once you get the first down, okay, we can speed it up a little bit, right? And just kind of getting back to some of your best plays that you like with your group, and just try to get some kind of rhythm going. But when you can't get it going in that first few drives, it's hard. And as a coach, it's kind of on you to get the play that you need for those guys to get comfortable. And like I said, just get that first down. And after that, you can usually get some momentum going.
In an environment like that, we both played a state. You beat state at state. So you know what it takes to go win there. We didn't win when we played there. How important do you think it is? Like, when you look back at it, we were looking at the stat sheet the night of during the fifth quarter, and we were like, we didn't have any turnovers. We won the turnover battle. We won the kicking battle, like
3 for 300 plus
3
yards.
for 366. Like, what do you think is, for someone who has went in there and won, like, what do you think this is what you do, you need to win? Because clearly it's not. I went in and was like, if we win the turnover battle, like, we got a great chance to win, and we still didn't win.
I remember a fumble right on the 1 yard line by diving in.
Are you talking about me,
I'm
bro?
talking about you.
Right, thanks for that.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, you look at all that. I would question, like, I don't know if you guys look at this. What was the third down percentage and fourth down percentage rates for each side? That's usually an easy one to tell. I remember the games were really good. Like Virginia Tech, I think we were like almost 100% on fourth down against them and like 75% on third down.
Yeah, it's huge.
So you look at those rates, and then, like, when you come down to a game that, like, a rivalry game, and I guess rivalry, I don't know if some people don't want that word used. I'm sorry, it is.
Get out of here.
It comes down to that last few plays, right? Like, you got to make that last play to do it. And unfortunately, we were on the other side of that.
What's crazy, Shane, you mentioned third down. We were 6 of 16. State was 7 of 15. So pretty right down the middle right there.
Yeah, pretty even there too, huh?
Well, it really came down to one play, so it's not like that. It was just like, I'm like, dang, dude, when you look at this, now we rushed for like 30 yards. Like, that's really what it came down. We could, to win in an environment like that, you really do have to run the ball at some point. Like, it came down to 1 yard, we could have ran the ball if we wanted to. I know we talked about, like, you want it in the quarterback hands, which I think Caden Hauser's like the best player on our team by far. So it was in his hands technically with an RPO, but could you have made out a little different play there? Shane, I heard you talking about the slot fade in the slant. Was that a big combination for y'all?
We ran more just a hitch there and got, like we'd put, I think it was called dart, where we got our X into the slot. So big Worthy on one of their, safeties or one of those guys. And that was all day. And then obviously Hardy at Y in the slot was pretty great. And then, just we're doing rub routes off that with slants. And because that's what a bunch of teams would do, right? They'll do two things. They'll sit back in zone, try to slow you down, or they'll just come after you.
Yeah. And
we were excited when people blitzed us like that. Like, that's what we wanted. Like, come after us. We're going to get the ball out fast, and we're going to get our best players one-on-one. And, I'll always be biased. That receiving group I had, especially my senior year, just was one of the best in the country. We wanted teams to blitz us because we wanted one-on-one matchups.
East North Carolina is known for a few things, but one of the things they're mainly known for is their barbecue. The best barbecue in town, obviously, Sam Jones Barbecue. Make sure you go to Sam Jones Barbecue, and when you go, do us a favor and round up on your order. What that does is that rounded up money will go to a Make-A-Wish of Eastern North Carolina. They're trying to make 2 wishes of Eastern North Carolina Make-A-Wish Foundation by their 10-year anniversary, November 10th. Good cause, good barbecue. We appreciate you guys.
I know, going back to the rushing yards, Holton just brought up 30, 31, 33 yards. I've one or the other. A lot of people called in the 5th quarter and were mentioning the ACC defensive line, the transfer portal, state, has a lot better recruiting talent than a G5 school. What's your perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's usually where you lose some of those battles, right? With those bigger schools is the up front, is the line. And so that's where you got to get creative with your running, with the RPOs, with the outside zones. We threw a lot of screens and jailbreak screens and a bunch of stuff, just like how can we get that D line running sideways as much as they can, right? We don't want to be ahead of matchups. The only time we got in our center was either quarterback sneak or an outside zone. But, there's no point to getting, in 12 heavier than that personnel and trying to run power up the middle against an ACC team. Let's spread them out as much as we can, get it into empty, and your run plays a quarterback draw, right? Or you're reading your one-on-one matchup because your skilled guys can usually match up plenty good. And you usually have 1 or 2 linemen you feel good about, but for the most part, that a D-line, O-line is usually the difference in those kind of bigger schools like you were talking about.
Ruff was obviously your coach, and Lincoln Riley. Do you? I know you stay in touch with him a decent amount, but how is it? We had Ruff on last week, and I showed we posted clips of him wearing state gear. Like, how is it for you now, looking at it? Like, when we don't play state, do you pull for state because Ruff's there? Or are you still just like, I'm gonna pull for Ruff, but not state?
Yeah, I pull for Ruff, and that's there's no way, man. And speaking of not pulling for other North Carolina schools, how great was TCU last night, man? That was great,
I loved it. That we're big sports betting guys, and we hammered TCU -2.5. I thought it was the easiest bet of the century.
Oh man, it's one of our fans put the stat for Purple Schools. It was us, JMU, you guys, and then it was TCU last night. And just the scores of those games, it was nothing puts a smile on your face like that, right?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Talking about big time games, what quarterbacks? I don't know how much you got a chance to watch this weekend, but what quarterbacks did you watch Saturday throughout the weekend that you were pretty impressed with outside of course, ECU and the TCU games?
Yeah, man, Rocco Beck is playing lights out. I got to watch that game when they were playing over in, was it Germany or Ireland?
Ireland, yeah.
And then and then his last game he was playing pretty well. His stats look good. I got to know his dad pretty well throughout he was an announcer when I was at ECU, and then he was down at IMG when I was training, so I got to know him pretty well. So I've been kind of following him a little bit. But yeah, Rocco looks like he's playing amazing. And there's a couple other guys. I mean, like you said earlier, Caitlin Hauser had put up some great stats in this game, and I think this next game is a great game to kind of get this offense rolling. And I can't wait to see where this offense is in the next few games, go rolling into midseason.
Good.
That's a good question. Going back to ECU, the FCS matchup. I know a lot of fans just want to overlook that. Look at Coastal. Look at BYU. Me and Holton were part of probably one of the worst losses of ECU.
It was the worst loss.
Probably
we were part of it. We didn't play. That was the only game in my career I didn't play in. So don't.
You're right. Well, we were a part of it, of the worst ECU loss against North Carolina A&T. How did you guys approach that mindset going against those FCS schools? Because they're easy to overlook and it's hard to get excited about sometimes.
This podcast is brought to you by Anson Belts. Over 10,000 combinations of micro-adjustable holeless belts. Did you see Blake Harrell versus NC State on the sideline? He was wearing the Jolly Roger Anson belt. We will be wearing it every single game day, Kate. We love Anson Belts.
If you want a belt like us, if you want a belt like Coach, go to ansonbelt.com.
The official belt of East Carolina, the official belt of the Holton Ahlers Show. It should be the official belt of you. Thanks for supporting the pod.
Yeah, I mean, my junior year, we played ODU, which either just became out of FCS, but they had Taylor Heineke still in the league. We got a huge shootout my junior year, and it came down to, I think we got a pick 6 on them in the second half, and then I think we scored about almost every drive. That was like, oh my God, like these guys are for real. And then we played NC, who was it? Central, my senior year. I think it was more like we were just so fired up for that game, and Just wanting to make sure we got off on the right track. And, Ruff and Riley were really good about making sure no one was overlooking anyone. And just especially going into a game like that, being pretty hard on us, coaching us extremely hard, and making sure there was, hey, this is, first home game. Everyone's watching. We got big goals here going in, so we need to get right in this game so we're right moving forward.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Mo was as good as as roughing them, getting the guys ready to roll, because we were not ready to roll.
The funniest part about that game is Coach Mo used to do the 10 maximums.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a pregame speech, but there's the 10 maximums. We all read them off. And the last one is the team you're playing. And it's like, whatever.
Bring the fight to
bring the fight to the team. And it was NCA&T. So half the team screams NCA&T. The other half of the team screams North Carolina A&T. And then 3 or 4 guys scream Aggies. And so it's like a weird group of like NCA&T Aggies. And it's like, what the hell is going on? So I knew at that point we were in for a long night.
I'll never forget, man. We had, I believe it was Virginia Tech games. We had to wake up extra early for that one. We had Ruff blaring some, I don't remember the song, but he's blaring some music. His hips like half on. He's just doing the Omega dance coming down the team meeting at 6 a.m. in the morning, and things are getting hyped. And God, he was so good about just getting everyone riled up, whether it was 6 a.m. or you sat around all day for a 7 p.m. game. But I mean, those team meetings, man, were awesome.
Shane, appreciate you joining, dude. We'll get you in person when you come back in town.
Absolutely. Let's definitely plan on it.
For sure.
The studio.
Let's go. See you, man.
All right. See you guys.
Always great having Shane in. Shane mentioned he'll come to the studio. Maybe we'll go out and have dinner with him.
Just got a text.
There you go. That was right out the gate. But let's get right to the next segment. The Twitter questions. This was something last year I think we had a lot of fun with. This year I think we're going to have even more fun with. We got a good number of them. You want to just jump right into it?
Rip through them.
First is James Baker, UFL fan that has followed you around for the last 2 seasons. He asked, Arch Manning, sound the alarm or just a nightmare week 1 matchup?
Might be a little bit of both, James. He didn't look that great. He's definitely talented. They'll be fine. I don't think Sark helped them at all. They were like under center running the football. They almost looked like ECU the first freaking half. I think they'll scheme up better and put him in better situations, get him in rhythm. He was not in rhythm at all. He also played the defending national champion and the number 3 team in the country in front of 109,000 people who didn't want him to win. So a little bit of both.
That had a top 3 pass defense last year.
Yes.
And Matt Patricia, defense coordinator.
Yeah, who knows how to scheme up a Manning.
He knows how to scheme up Manning. So I was pretty impressed with the Ohio State defense. Yeah. But I did see something that he looked a little like, Ben Kirk said it. Ben Kirk mentioned he looked like he was a little in some pain.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think Ohio State is more championship ready right now. I think by the end of the year, Texas will be championship ready. So you can lose a couple games, still make the playoff. Not that big of a deal.
Moving forward, Dude Bro 1967 said, this is going back to the ECU game. What specific adjustments were made after the first 4 3-and-outs for NC State? And why did it take so many 3-and-outs?
Should we go one at a time here since he said 4 questions? Let's just answer the first one first.
He didn't say 4 questions.
Well, I'm saying you just started reading another question while we answer the first one. The first one.
Okay, let's do that.
What specific adjustments were made after the first 3-and-outs? They let their best player, which is our quarterback, Caden Hauser, do what Caden Hauser can do, which is throw the ball down the field, get him comfortable, get up tempo speed. That's what led to the touchdown. Before that, we were run, pass, 3rd and long. We were trying to throw some swing passes. That's not our offense. Our offense is getting the ball down the field.
Second question, why did it take so long?
I don't know. Was his mind foggy of other things? I don't know, Caden.
I don't know either. Anyways, going to Matthew Dragas. Is that how you pronounce that? Dragos. I really emphasized the AS at the end. Why doesn't our team wear the same color gloves as the opposing team's jersey? Has this been brought up to the coach?
Why doesn't Matthew be the coach? He needs to write a letter to coach and let him know that we need to wear. No, I don't know. That might be a rule now. I don't know if that's a rule or not. I also don't think our players could wear red gloves, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like the look of that.
But he's saying like, so especially when we play white team jerseys, that you can grip them and hold them so you don't get seen.
That makes sense.
Great thought though. I mean, I don't know.
Mentioning what you said earlier, ECU MPC said, talk about JDB's DM allegations. How could that have affected his performance in the state game and possibly future games?
Not going to get in on his personal news, but I am going to say this. everyone is human and it will get to them. Things will get to them. I mean, I play games with things on my mind, like whether you want to or not, you're human. Your things are going to happen. Kane, what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I don't want to know too much about it, but I mean, you saw stuff on X all the time. People would say stuff about you back when you were playing. They would get to you sometimes. So I think if he saw it at all, maybe, but I don't think it's that big.
Yeah, I don't think it's like everything gets to everyone. Obviously, you're human. Like the best thing you do is stay away from it, but it eventually does like reach you. You just got to make sure that you don't let it consume your mind. Like if it takes 3 seconds, you're like, yeah, that's haha, whatever. Like you just got to get tight circle and trust your tight circle. And that's pretty much what I did. And hopefully I'm sure that's what he's doing as well.
This is one I don't really like. Should Western Carolina and ECU play yearly?
I wouldn't mind it. I think that'd be a cool place for us to go.
We're not going to an FCS school on the road.
But yeah, I agree. I was about to say but it would be a cool place for us to go. I mean, I don't know about yearly, but I wouldn't mind playing them. Next.
No, I'd rather play the bigger schools if we can get those.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
I do like playing local schools.
Yeah.
We like playing local schools. I bet they like playing as well.
University of Charlotte Community College Concord.
Kenny Curling's asked, what does the offense have to do to get off to a fast start against Campbell?
Throw the ball deep down the field. Run some double moves. Just get the ball deep down the field and just be themselves. I don't think you got to be anything fancy. You don't got to get any crazier than you've already gotten. Like, just throw the ball down the field.
I know you've talked about this a few times. This thoughts? I just read another one at the same time, so it threw me off. What was your thoughts on the play calling? I think we already talked about that. It's kind of the last one. The other ones kind of were the same.
Yeah, play calling first half, obviously. We got back into the game, though. Like, I think tempo is our friend, especially in big games versus teams that are probably, I'm not going to say they're more skilled because I didn't know them that much, but like historically ACC teams are more skilled or more highly recruited guys. You beat them, and Shane just talked about it with speed, with up tempo. Those things, getting the ball out, like that's what makes these teams and evens the playing field. I wish we would have done that early, but we did it later on, and I think we'll do that in the future.
Last one. Thoughts on the Alabama upset? ECU got a chance next year.
ECU got a chance. I hope so. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. I think all of Pirate Nation's going to be there. That'd be pretty sick.
But the game they just played.
Yeah, Florida State has a really good quarterback. Gus Malzahn has beaten Bama when he was the head coach at Auburn, and it doesn't surprise me at all. I don't think Bama's good at all. I think Lane Kiffin was born to be the head coach, to be the savior of Alabama football, and when Kalen DeBoer gets fired after this year, Lane Kiffin will swoop right in and be the savior. He couldn't have went right after Nick Saban. He needed a guy to be what Kalen DeBoer is.
I don't think Kiffin leaves Ole Miss.
I think he would.
No. He loves Ole Miss. It's perfect there. It gets serious when you go to Alabama.
We'll see.
Gets way too serious.
We'll see. Thanks for questions this week, but I love that you came up with a segment.
Of course.
Keep tuning into the Holt Naylor Show. Follow us on X at Holt Naylor Show. We're producing daily content now. Our best bets, our questions of the week, and literally everything. You want to be featured? Comment on questions of the week, or just tag us. We'll feature you.
We answer them all.
All. See you next time.